Today it is Friday, May 27th, and Isaac and I are going to help Nathaniel get his uniform all prepped because what is it you're doing tomorrow and Sunday?
Tomorrow is practice and then Sunday is parade.
They're doing a parade for cadets. So right now Isaac is going to help Nathaniel do what?
Polish his shoes.
Polish shoes. So we've got the shoe polish kit. I make them do this outside because shoe polish smells. And Isaac used to be an air cadet, and so he is helping Nathaniel to get all the ins and outs of shoe polishing, and Isaac will be handing over that shoe shortly.
There's another boot for him to do.
There is another boot. There are two boots, and they will both be working on getting these boots all done. You want him to use the new, brand new
Should I?
cloth?
Ask Dad if you can.
Yeah, double check with Dad on that one. So that's what's happening outside. I'm going to share with you what's happening inside with the uniform.
Excessive polish, you know, because you'll never get it worked in and have. Yeah, so start with a little bit because, yeah, and it'll take you a long time. Anyways, you probably remember how to do all that, so it shouldn't be an issue. You gotta take the laces all out. Okay.
Greg used to polish his, he still polishes his boots. And I would say, would you say you're an expert boot polisher?
Yes, I'm an expert boot polisher.
So he's given them advice on how to polish the shoes. And the two of them are just out here. I think Nathaniel's probably going to try and pawn off as much of the polishing as he can to his brother. Inside, I am working on the uniform. Apparently, when he was in last, this badge here is not on correctly. It is centered okay, but it needs to touch the hem. So I have pulled out my little L'Occitane kit, which has my lovely So Fine thread gloss in the many different flavors. And I've got some scissors, and I've got some needles in here as well, and a thimble, which is good. I was also given another thimble the other day, so I will get one of those out there. And in my pocket, I have some black thread that I just grabbed from upstairs. So I am going to re-sew, I think this is the fitness badge, and Nathaniel earned a silver in the fitness badge level 2, and that just needs to be moved down about, I don't know if that's about a ½ centimeter, so that it's touching the cuff. So that's what I'm going to work on while the boys polish shoes. I'm not sure whether I've ever shown this to you or not, but I have this seam ripper that my mom gave me, and you pull out one side and turn it around, and you have this seam ripper right there, and that one is a smaller size. I'm going to switch them around. Actually, I'll leave them both in. I'll just have to be careful since I'm holding the camera and my seam ripper. And then you pull out the other side, and it is a little bit of a bigger size seam ripper. So I didn't push it in all the way, but pulled them out, and it's like a double-edged seam ripper. I think I will use the smaller side to pull out the stitches on. So that's what it looks like on one end, and then the seam ripper on the other, and then you can tuck it away, which is nice for safety. So I'm going to use the smaller one and pull out the badge. Here is the back side of the badge, so it's been hand sewn on previously. So I'm just going to unpick these little stitches. They're all in black. You can almost see it better with the camera. But put my glasses on. I'm going to unpick these and then sew it just a little bit closer to the edge there. The badge is now dislodged, and I now need to figure out where it gets placed on here. So I guess I need to line it up with those and then just bring it down. And then, I don't know if there's a right way or a wrong way for this. Oh my goodness, and I've turned it upside down, so I really don't know. I guess I may have to go back and check the video to see which way it was. Oops. I have just checked through the video and it was on the sleeve this way before with this one at the bottom as compared to the two at the bottom. So that is the way I am going to re-sew it on. I have cut my piece of thread. I have the So Fine Satsuma, which smells really nice, and I have grabbed the Tulip Milliner's straw needles, number 10s, and I'm going to use one of these to secure this badge right there. So I've got it set up where I want it. I just now need to tie a knot in my thread, put some gloss on it to keep the thread nice and still, and then start sewing. I was thinking I was going to need to get something to help me thread it through because this is a very tiny eye, but look at that. I did it in my first try. I'm taking a break from sewing and coming out to see how Nathaniel's doing with the polishing. How's it going?
Good.
Good. You've taken the laces out. I love how this cross-legged polishing. The other one's done? Yes?
No, I'm just letting it sit for the other layer.
It's letting it sit so that once the boot has sat for a bit, then you can go for like a second coat?
Yes.
Okay, well, polish away, young man, and I will continue sewing.
Hello, how are you? What are you doing, Mom?
I am sewing along the edges of this badge. I was never really one to sew many badges. I mean, you did get badges, but I think you sewed them on yourself, didn't you?
Yes, I sewed them on myself.
Yes, so we'll have to get Nathaniel taught on how to sew his own badges on in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So
It looks very good.
well, it's black on black, which is a bit of a challenge, but hopefully it will be correct, and if it's not, they'll just make him do it again.
Yep.
As long as they're not making me do it again.
Exactly.
I don't like working with dark threads, yarns, because it's hard on my eyes, but anyway, I'm just coming up to my knot on the other side, and I've got it almost fully secured.
Yep.
And we'll have to double check with Nathaniel that that's the way it's supposed to be. And hopefully it will stay on because it will be correct rather than having to be redone.
Yep.
Anyway, there is the badge sewn on for Sea Cadets.
And there's the boy. What are you doing, boy? What are you doing?
Polishing the boot.
You're what?
Polishing the boot.
You're polishing the boot?
Yes.
Wow, I can see my reflection. That's pretty good. Look at the camera. Yay! What a beautiful day it is.
My knots aren't quite as neat as the ones that were there, but it is sewn on. Nathaniel, what do you think? Is it in the right spot?
Yes.
Yes, it looks good.
Yes.
You're happy with that?
Yes.
Good. Okay, how's your boot coming along?
I just am letting it sit.
Okay, well, make sure you get it done. And Isaac is starting supper. We're gonna have spaghetti. Anyway, do I get my sewing badge?
Yes.
And do you get your boot badge?
Not yet.
And Isaac gets the spaghetti badge.
Spaghetti badge!
Earlier in the day, I worked on my Find Your Fade, and I am working in the first red right now. So I have disconnected my rose hip, and I'm just fully on the red. And I was wearing my fancy jewelry earlier. I think I'm about 10 rows of 28 to go on this red, and then I'll do the lace before starting the last garter section, where I will introduce the final red, and then I believe it's just garter, and then I will be done my Find Your Fade. So it's been a nice day for crafting. So a little bit of sewing, a little bit of knitting. Isaac, where did you go today?
To the train, and then I went to a movie.
You went to a movie. What did you see?
Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers. So Isaac went to a movie with a friend, and they went into Vancouver on the transit. So he had a nice day. I will leave you here for May 27th, and we will see you tomorrow. We're getting near the end of May. Isaac, are you crying?
Not yet.
Not yet, but you might be soon.
Yeah, because it's not going to be May.
It's not going to be May anymore.
It's not going to be May.
And also you are slicing onions, so
Yeah, so I might cry.
yeah.
We'll see.
Watch
I might
those.
get emotional. Watch those fingers, you know.
Yeah, Mom always says, watch those fingers.
I have cut my fingers on
Curl
onions.
them in. Well, we don't want to cut fingers. Anyway, we will say goodbye for today and see you tomorrow.